One of the questions I get asked often from subscribers or viewers is early retirement bad for you? Will it shorten your life? So today, I thought I'd talk about that. Is it true? Will early retirement or retirement in general shorten your life, or is it just another myth about retirement? So let's dig into it. I'm Maureen. This is Life Starts at Retirement. Thank you so much for being here. Now, when I left my job, I knew that I was working in a stressful environment. every morning on the way to work, I would get in my car, I'd drive down that freeway, and I would get a stomach ache. At one point, I loved this job. I loved it. But by this point, it had turned into a nightmare. There were constant changes. There were layoffs. There was downsizing. There was doing more with less. And by the time I left, it was not a good place to work, at least not for me. The moment I walked out that door on my last day, that stress was gone. Honestly, it felt like a weight had been lifted off of my shoulders. I didn't even realize how bad it was until I stopped. I knew it was bad, but when it stopped, it was like, whew, this is amazing. I feel great. So in my case, retirement actually made me healthier, at least mentally. Now, although Ken worked longer at his job than I did, when he did retire, he felt the same way. The daily pressure he had of sales, of deadlines, of trying to stay on top of it all disappeared the day that he walked away. So our first thought really was, well, this is great for us. It has to be this way for everyone. But then again, I keep getting asked these questions or told, I guess, this statement, early retirement is bad for you. It'll cause an early death. Look at how many people retire and 3 months later, they're gone. So being me, I decided to do some research. Does retirement help extend your lifespan? Or is it bad for you? Will it cause maybe a premature death? Here's where it gets really interesting though. Retirement isn't necessarily what causes either of these. You see, the research isn't fully conclusive. There are some studies that suggest that early retirement can increase your risk of an early death, but nothing was real conclusive. For example, I found a Social Security Administration working paper using mid-20th century data that found that men who retired early, and in this study, the early was 62 years old, had a higher mortality rate than those who retired on or after 65. But once again, the data was inconclusive. There was no specific reasoning or no specific cause of those earlier deaths. And it really could simply be due to less healthy individuals wanting to retire earlier rather than retirement itself causing premature death. Now, there were a few other studies in Greece and a couple of smaller ones in the US that I found, but these ones linked early retirement to declines in mental sharpness. And these ones I could see being a little bit more valid maybe. Now, why? Well, one of the big reasons is that work gives people structure. It gives us purpose. It gives us a reason to get up in the morning. It gives us some reason to use this gray matter between our ears. It gives us social connections. And then when that suddenly disappears, some don't replace it with anything, or at least anything meaningful. So that lack of engagement, that lack of a purpose, that lack of using your brain can lead to poor habits. It can lead to too much TV, too much snacking, too much drinking, not enough movement. And of course, over time, both your body and your mind can then decline. But here's the key. Retirement itself isn't the problem. It's what you do with it. As I like to say, how you make your retirement remarkable is what counts. So if you walk away from work and then do nothing, you sit on your TV or on your iPad all day, watch TV all day, no hobbies, no interests, no curiosity, then yes, your retirement can make you unhealthy. But if you prepare for it, retirement can be the healthiest, most fun, most exciting season of your life. Now, I have a video about how to add great things into your retirement. I'll link it in the comments. It's a wonderful, fun process. For me, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I love to keep busy. I love to keep doing things. I'm not a person that can sit still. So starting this YouTube channel has been amazing. It's helped me with my mental stimulation. I've had to learn video editing, Photoshop, lighting, audio, YouTube, you name it. I've had to learn it. It keeps my brain sharp. It gives me purpose. It even helps create new skills, and I love that. But then on top of that, I'm a guest lecturer on a cruise ship, so I need to do a ton of research, create new speeches, do PowerPoint presentations. Then we travel, we exercise a little. We have 6 grandchildren. But the big one I like to say is I like to stay curious. And honestly, for the most part, I have never felt more alive in my life. I love that word, curiosity. So I guess back to the question, does early retirement equal early death? For some people, maybe, but for the majority of us, people who are engaged, people who are willing to keep on learning, people who want to love their life, people who are curious, retirement can actually extend your life. The secret is this: don't retire from something, or not just from something. Retire to something, a hobby, a passion, a part-time job, volunteering, travel, even just a daily walk with your friends. So yes, when I retired, I definitely retired from this horrible job. So I retired from something, but I also retired to something, this passion of creating content, of traveling, of YouTube, of writing speeches. I retired to something, and I believe that's one of the big keys. Fill your life with passion, fill your life with purpose, and retirement won't be an ending. It will be a whole new beginning. So if you're worried about retiring early and maybe having an early death, I wouldn't be afraid. Just make sure that you've thought about what you'll fill your days with, what you'll have passion, fun, laughter, enjoyment. And if you've already retired and you're feeling restless, I highly, highly encourage you to find something that sparks your curiosity. Trust me, it'll make all the difference, and it'll help to make your retirement remarkable. I'm Maureen. This is Life Starts at Retirement. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and please join our Facebook group. It is massive, over 35,000 members. Facebook.com/group/Life Starts at Retirement. Now go make your retirement remarkable.